2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Africa Online Media Corporation. We're coming to you from Washington, D.C., and we're very happy that we are everywhere on the continent and on the globe. Greetings to all. I don't know what I should say, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on your time zone. Whatever it is, please accept our hearty greetings. We are here again today to address one of those pertinent topics. And our topic today, Black/African American inventors and innovators. Yes, we will be talking that, and you're welcome to the program. So we will go right away. Our co-host is unavoidably not here now, but Sister Ruth is playing a role, a major role, and I will go ahead with the editorial. So let's see, I have something blocking my view. Let me get it out of the way. All right. Okay, here we go. It is a noun. It is the second month of the year. In the Northern Hemisphere, it is called February and considered to be the last month of winter. February is the second month of the year in both the Julian and Gregorian calendars. The month has 28 days in common years or 29 in what is called leap years. It is the first of 5 months not to have 31 days and the only month to have fewer than 30 days. It is named after Februa, F-E-B-R-U-A, the Roman ritual for cleansing. And come to think of it, something that has been done in several countries for ages and that needs cleansing or doing away with is what we're talking about. It is not what we're talking about, rather. It is rather today, the International Day of Zero Tolerance to Female Genital Mutilation, FMG. This is something haunting many countries, many people in many countries, because FMG has become more a curse than a tradition that should be respected, because it is an act that brings pain and shame to so many of our female daughters, females that hang around and that are able to come in and live their life on earth. While we sympathize with the female child for that practice, female genital mutilation, we want to say that February 6th is National Frozen Yogurt Day. Well, I don't eat much of yogurt, but if you do, it is National Frozen Yogurt Day. It is also National Lame Duck Day. Well, there's nobody here that was elected and is waiting for his term or her term to end so that they can go over and practice something else, but it is National Lame Duck Day. It is also National Chopstick Day. Well, I only learned how to use those and I never succeeded because I went to a Chinese restaurant. But did you know that February 5, that was yesterday, is, among other things, remembered as National Shower with a Friend Day? Did you do that yesterday? Did you shower with a friend? Luckily, it's not what we do. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that. So remember, however, that on this day, February 6, in 1862, General Ulysses S. Grant and Andrew H. Foote gave the Union troops the first victory in the American Civil War, which had just started in April of the previous year. The war that almost denied the existence of these United States of America. Yes, the Civil War, that is what it was. But they had their first victory on February 6 in 1862. Of course, evil never wins. So the Union Army went ahead to win the war and preserve the Union that some are trying to destroy today, even as the efforts to establish a more perfect Union continue. A birthday worthy of note is that of Ronald Reagan, United States president from 1980 to 1988. Incidentally, it happens to be my second son's birthday too, February 6. Ronald Reagan was an innovator in his own way because he lit that light on the hill, which many are striving so hard to extinguish. Be that as it may, a people that are hardly ever mentioned but are remembered and celebrated once a year are the Black folks of the world, many of whom are hyphenated as African Americans. The ones who came, the ones who labored, and the ones who built a country that tends to be so often talked about, but leaving them out, they being considered as strangers. No, they are no strangers. They contributed, they built, they invented, they innovated. February is Black History Month, 28 days during which school curricula remember, talk about, and teach certain aspects of the contributions of those heroes and sheroes that stretch from shining sea. They built the country that stretches from shining sea to shining sea, and they emerged triumphant, even if always neglected, always underlooked. In our program this Sunday, we discuss Black and African-American inventors and innovators in that context of February being Black History Month. It is a time to think of Black and African-American inventors and innovators. Our special guest today is a promising young man from Sierra Leone, Emmanuel Mansaray. We will not be going into any definitions of who or what an inventor or innovator is. We are rather inviting all of us here or to join. We will invite all of us, our audience and participants, to weigh in and give us a shout out to those we know or have heard about who have made a difference in the life of an individual, a community, or a country. People who have created something or improved on something that has contributed to making a difference in the lives of Africans, African Americans, and the world at large. On that note, without taking more of our time, we now turn to the chair of Africaonline Media Corporation, Reverend Palm, to welcome all of us to the discussion. Reverend Palm, over to you.
Niason, thank you so much. What did you say? I've been distracted because our main guest is having issues logging in, which is confirmation that this show is going to be an awesome show. It doesn't make sense. First of all, the power went out in Sierra Leone, but I see his brother here, friend Salifu, is on. So hopefully he'll be joining us. You said something about today was what, ice cream day or what? I mean, I was distracted.
I have to go back to the top of my page. It is International Yogurt Day.
Yogurt Day, okay, yogurt is close to ice cream.
International Frozen Yogurt Day.
Okay, well, we cannot really do anything innovative with yogurt, so let's forget about yogurt. Yes. On behalf of Africaonline Media Corporation, I want to welcome all our viewers, participants, especially those on the panel today. You know, I want to welcome especially Brother Salifu from Sierra Leone. Our brother Mansaray is trying to log in, you know, and hopefully he'll be on here soon, shortly. I know we have several people are going to be watching on Facebook. I'm not going to name everybody who's on the show, but we already know who we are. You are warmly welcome. We miss Ambassador Lisa, but she'll be back next week. That's why nobody introduced me as song. Today, we have this innovative mind, this Africa's brain, you know, that this guy's story is unbelievable. It's incredible. I will not do justice by trying to tell the story for him. I will let him tell the story when he comes. But I will be playing a video. Salifu, is Emmanuel still having issues? Can you unmute yourself? Is he, because I don't see him on the screen. Salifu?
Yes, I think he's still having an issue, but just be keeping the podium occupied. He will soon join.
Oh, okay, tell him to just use the link from last week. I don't know what happened with the link. You know, I
Yes,
mean,
I have forwarded that link to him, and he's trying to log in.
Okay, good. All right. So while we are waiting for him to come, I'm going to go ahead and share his video. Like I said, his story is incredible. When I saw that story, when I saw that video just a month ago, I shared it on all my networks and just asking anybody who knew him. And lo and behold, Brother Salifu here not only knew his name, but he had his contact number. So he was on the show last week, toward the end of last week, the program. And Dr. B. Tazong, who was our main guest last week with Sister Ruth, Dr. B, was so moved by the story. Dr. B suggested that we should do a GoFundMe to support his work. And you know me, I don't waste time. So we set up the GoFundMe. I'm hoping our accountant is going to join. I hope she's not tied up in church. But we set up the GoFundMe, and our assistant has posted the link. But I just want to say something about the GoFundMe. It's not money that's going to go into his pocket. Instead, we are going to set up a workshop, an innovative workshop, where he is going to manage other young people, especially high school students, to come up with innovative solutions for Africa's problem. This guy made an operational solar car, 100% from trash. Talk about innovation. So we're hoping, you know, that I'm sure he's going to join. This is just a distraction from the pit of hell. He will be on here shortly. But I'm going to go ahead and share the video while we are waiting for him. You know, Salifu is able to join. I don't know why Salifu keeps, Sister Ruth and Niasa, please keep an eye on the waiting room. You know, I don't know why he's having issues. He joined and dropped a couple of times. Salifu, are you okay? It looks like you are having connectivity issues.
No, I'm trying to connect with Emmanuel for him to join in.
You are trying to connect him?
Yes, I've sent the link, last week link to him. I just want to confirm from him if he has already joined the meeting.
No, he has not. He's not on. Okay, please follow up with him. I'm going to show the video, okay?
Please do. Okay.
All right. Okay, brothers and sisters, let me share this young man's video while we wait for him to join. Where is that video? Okay, what do you guys see on my screen?
It's the video.
All right, good. Hold on a second here. Let me, okay, hold on. I want to share the sound and optimize video clip. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's play the video.
This guy built a solar car from trash. Meet Emmanuel. He lives in Sierra Leone, where cars emit a lot of pollution. He had many ideas to fix the problem, but no money. So instead, he used his imagination. He collected lots of trash, put together metal, cane sticks, old cables, wires, and after 3 years of work, the imagination car was born. It had everything from doors to brakes to headlights to even a horn. This car can go up to 15 kilometers an hour, and its only fuel is the sun. Emmanuel built the impossible with nothing but junk. He is proof that the solution to Africa's problems may not come from Europe or America, but from Africans themselves. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Okay, you know, those of you
you might have seen videos like this before, but here's the big secret.
Those of you who are familiar with our anthem, you will see our anthem and hear our anthem echoing exactly what this guy is saying, but I'm going to drop the may. The solution is not going to come from outside Africa. It's going to come from within Africa. So While we are waiting for him to zoom back in, again, he was on the show last Sunday without any issues. I would like to hand the mic over to Nia Song and any of our participants to weigh in on what they think about this guy. Actually, Dr. B, you are on. Nia Song, just 1 second. Dr. B, you were the one who suggested last Sunday that we should do a GoFundMe for this guy. And lo and behold, we are. So Dr. B, we need to hear from you. There she goes. That's Dr. B. The best physician ever. Dr. B, go ahead. The mic is yours.
Happy Sunday, family. It's been a blessing to always come on here. Thank you so much, Pam. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, I wasn't sure if my thing was yeah. So I think, well, not that I think, one thing I know for a fact is that we are children of God. Black, white, brown, pink, whatever color you want to call yourself. God made all of us, and one thing is clear: He made us all in His image. And unfortunately, when people get greedy, they convert other human beings into commodities. And it is very difficult for you to exploit another human being when you see them as your co-equal or as a fellow human. So in history, whenever somebody wants to exploit or misuse or abuse another human being for their own personal gain, they have to reduce them to something below human. And that's what has happened. Africans are not the first people that have suffered from this. The Jews have done it, have suffered from it. The American Indians, the Aboriginal Australians. There are so many people that have been oppressed throughout history for different reasons. But it usually boils down to greed. Somebody is trying to take advantage of another set of people to make themselves rich or whatever it is they're thinking. But you see, there's a flaw in that thought because you have to keep expending a ton of energy to exploit and oppress another person. And I think that Africans need to wake up from sleep. You know, I am so tired of hearing people say, well, that is how the white man does this and so on. I said, what is wrong with you? These are people that I have worked with on a regular basis. There are people that are my friends. There are people that are my brothers and sisters in Christ. I know a lot of them. I don't know everything about everybody, but you get to learn about people as you meet them. And they're no different from the rest of us. We are exactly the same. The only difference we have is the amount of melanin that God decided to deposit in our skin. Our brains are equally functional. I don't even want to go down the pathway of saying, well, we are better than them. What makes us better? Once you start doing that, you're becoming just like them. We are just alike because we are all created in God's image. We are more than capable of innovating. We are more than capable of coming up with solutions to our problems. The thing is that we have been trained to self-hate and self-despise and self-undermine. And so we always think that somebody else has to come and fix our problems. We always think that somebody else is better than us. We think that somebody else has the solutions. Somebody else is brighter, their brains function better. No, they're exactly like the rest of us. They have exactly the same human needs. They have exactly the same human emotions. They may be reflected in different ways in different cultures and different communities, but it's exactly the same thing. And so once we start realizing that, we're going to stop waiting for somebody else to come and think for us. That's the problem with us Africans. And every time we have a few people that can think, we oppress them, we abuse them, we insult them, and we push them out of the way. We need to start allowing people to become their best selves. We are loaded with human brain power. In fact, I want you guys to know that a lot of inventions that were made in this country called America were made by Black people. A lot of the buildings, the exquisite buildings that you see were built by Black people, the White House. I mean, do I need to go down the list? And every time Black people tried to do something for themselves, like the Black Wall Street, it was burned down because they knew that if they allowed us to fully express ourselves, there's not going to be anything for them to claim over us as far as we're better than you or superior. And, you know, unfortunately, the one thing that they were able to do well is to mess with our minds. You see, if I want to control somebody, I don't need to waste my time coming and tying them down. I just need to tinker their thought process. I need to mess with their minds. And once I can mess with their mind and I can feed them negativity and feed them inferiority, the moment they believe it, I have control of them. And so I'm praying and hoping that this is an opportunity for us Africans to understand that we are no less and we are no better than other human beings, black, white, brown, or whatever. We are exactly the same because God made us in his image. He put exactly the same thing in all of us. Now, are we all equal? No, people have different gifts. People have different talents. I think about what is really going on in the Western world, and I think about the laser. Laser is just light that is focused. And if you get enough laser, it can cut through any kind of thing. If you get enough laser, it can damage stuff. But if you just use a little bit of light, you will never be able to accomplish that goal. What we Africans need to start doing is becoming laser focused. When you find your gift, you focus, you hone in on it. And as you hone in, you become unbelievable. You become very innovative. And you can do things that people could never have imagined. I mean, every single thing, when I look around and I see the things that people have accomplished, is because they put their minds to it, they worked their behinds off, and they made sure that they went as deep as they could go to make it happen. And this is nothing that is reserved only for a certain group of people. It is reserved for all of God's creation called mankind. And if you're a human being and you're mankind, then you have what it takes. Stop looking down on yourself. Stop looking down on your brother. I want to drag corruption in because the other day as I was thinking about it, God showed me what the problem is with corruption. You know, the problem with corruption is that we undermine people's giftings. There's no reason why somebody who should be a pilot should be asked to do another kind of work. That's not their area of gifting. Just like I was talking with this our brother who made this car, he wanted to do engineering and he couldn't get in, but he could get into geology. What is he doing in geology? That is not his area of strength. It is not his area of gifting, and he's going to suffocate and he's not going to be as productive. If we want the next nice solar panel car to be built in Africa, we should be looking for people who already have the passion, who have the talent, and who have the gifting. Those are the people that are going to make it happen in any area in life. If you want stuff to happen, don't pick somebody because they're your friend, they're your brother, they're your sister, or they gave you bribe. Pick them because they have what it takes. So you see, that's why we Africans don't trust each other, because we keep giving people opportunities that they shouldn't have. We should give them the opportunities that they can excel in. Don't put somebody in medical school because they gave you a nice bribe, but they're never going to be a good doctor. That's why you're scared of your African doctors. You keep flying out of the country to see doctors. Which other country has people flying out? Have you seen American president flying to any other country to get care? No, they bring them back in here. They find the best in here to take care of them because they believe in the process, that they've selected the best people to go through that training and people that are qualified and willing to do the work. Same thing with your pilots, same thing, everything, an engineer. How are you going to give somebody a road construction business when they know nothing about engineering, structural, or whatever else? They have no idea. No doubt your roads keep cracking. No doubt, you know, people are afraid of everything that is built or made in Africa. Is because we don't trust ourselves, because we don't trust the process. And who creates the process? We do. So when you find yourself in a position of influence, start looking for talent and gifts and honing on them. Stop looking for people that would fill your pocket. When they fill your pocket, they deplete your environment, because they cannot do what you have given them to do. They are not able to accomplish those tasks. So I really want to tell us that Africans, we are suffering because we have made up our minds to not do the right thing. If we make up our minds to do the right thing by our community and by each of us, we are going to have the outcomes that everybody else has. Nobody is better than us, and we're not better than anybody else.
Touchdown.
Just amazing. Thank you.
Touchdown. Yeah, so real quick. Salifu is in Sierra Leone, Freetown, and a friend of Emmanuel. Salifu, I'm going to give you the mic. I don't know if you're able to turn on your camera or not, but could you tell us about Emmanuel, since he's still having, he doesn't even understand. I just spoke with him. He doesn't understand why he's having issues zooming in. He was on this show last week, you know, and those who don't believe that the devil is real, but the devil is wasting his time. You know, the show is going to go on. So, Salifu, can you unmute yourself and, if possible, turn on your camera and tell us about Emmanuel?
Yes, let's wait for a few minutes. He will soon join us. I came to know Emmanuel, like he said the last time. Emmanuel is a young, vibrant, energetic young man. He has passion for innovation. I came to know him through a friend of mine, because he designed the first electric vehicle, which the world is actually knowing about now for today. And he started from little beginning. One thing I like most about Emmanuel is that he never gave up. Despite he had a lot of hustle, lot of disappointment, I think this is a big lesson all Africans can learn from. The way to success is not an easy path. It's one for which we have to actually put more energy and more focus. We try and try again. You know, when I listen to the video you've actually been playing, because I watched it some time ago when Nest Daily did a documentary on his video, the way he narrated it, that he was moving from one dump site to another using his lunch. You see, he was deprived. For me, I studied engineering in Fabric College, and it has been a norm. For some people, for one reason or another, you know, they could choose and dictate upon people's career. And I think this is one of the things for which us as Africans must rethink. We must not say because this particular student is excelling in mathematics and is not too good in mathematics, so therefore that should be a barrier for him not to do engineering, because I think that is what affected him, because they have certain courses that they are looking out for you to be qualified to do engineering. So the moment a particular person, like a student, does not pass such a course, he or she might not be admitted to study engineering. You see, I believe much is needed to be done. We need to refrain from this, because Emmanuel, that affected him greatly. It affected him greatly, but he never gave up, because he had the passion for engineering, and he is self-taught. He's a self-taught innovator. You see, all the things he did, the electronics, the mechanical welding, he did it on his own. You see, and it takes great courage to come out with things like that, to design such a vehicle, and the vehicle is moving. Whenever he goes out with the vehicle, unless there was a time he used to go out with the vehicle, so crowd could build up. You know, we are in this COVID era, wherein the use of social distancing and public gathering are banned in the entire country, and I believe in other places. So whenever I want to take this vehicle out, I think there was a law they placed on him and say, if you want to take this vehicle out, you have to first and foremost come to the police and take a clearance that you want to go with this vehicle out, so we can give you some police officers to guide you so that we can control the crowd. You see, because people are so amazed. They love him so much. They love his efforts, everything about him. So I like and I love Emmanuel for his passion and all he has applied so much.
Reverend Pam, you are muted.
Since Emmanuel is on, thank you, Salifu. Emmanuel is on. You know, that's Emmanuel right there. I am actually going to put this on. Maybe I'll do it on a gallery view so everybody will see. Let me highlight Emmanuel. So Emmanuel, we're going to give you the mic to introduce yourself, please.
Okay. First of all, I want to apologize and for the delay. You know, my phone I am using, and I was having a lot of challenge for me to be part of the Zoom. So I use my dad's phone. So sorry about that. I'm so excited to be part of this program. I'm so happy. My name is Emmanuel Mansaray. I am a self-taught engineer, as well as a prospective geologist. Currently, at the Fabric College, University of Sierra Leone, doing my first degree.
Oh,
maybe he should turn off his camera. That's Africa for you. Emmanuel, turn off your camera and just speak. We can hear you. I mean, we're not hearing you right now. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Again?
You were saying something about yourself, so go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I am Emmanuel Mansaray, a self-taught engineer, as well as a prospective geologist, currently at the Fabric College, University of Sierra Leone, pursue my first degree. And then I've been involved in working on environmental technology, and being involved in youth engagement, also trying to make come up possible solutions to help my people. So this is just a basic intro of myself.
We've seen a video of you. They introduced it as saying that you produced a car out of nothing but garbage or trash that you picked up around the streets. Now, what motivated you to go into this?
Yes, sir, exactly.
What made you decide to do that?
Today, we live in a community where we use fossil fuel vehicle or machine for us to sustain our life, for us to have transportation, to go to our various places like college, office, and also around our community. So this fossil fuel we use, we know it's very dangerous for our community, most especially when it's being used in vehicle or in generators. So they emit carbon monoxide into the atmosphere and then mixed with the oxygen we inhale, or another mixed with water. And this oxygen we inhale cause asthma and lung cancer into our system. So, and also this poisonous fume mixed with the water, the rainwater, and then kill plants and as well as destroy our vegetations. So with all these problems that I saw, inspire me to come up with possible solutions for my country to build a solar powered car that will reduce the risk of contracting incommunicable respiratory disease and across Sierra Leone and across Africa or across the globe. So this was what I saw inspire me to build a solar car.
And since you made the first one, how is it performing?
Yeah, it's really good. Just imagine, I use trash material. You know, there is a saying that another man trash is another man treasure. So it was amazing for Sierra Leone to have the first solar power car made out of trash. And it was amazing. And in the streets of Freetown, wherever I move with the car, you know, like a lot of these bike riders, like we call it Okada riders, they are buying me, like shouting, "Oh, this is Sierra Leone car, this is Sierra Leone car." So this is all about amazing. People are so happy, and you know, most especially I use my country color, which is the green, white, and blue. That make it so unique.
Okay.
So everyone is so happy. Everyone is so happy, like shouting, "This is made in Sierra Leone. This is our car." So I really feel good. I really feel good.
Okay, Lillian's hands are up. You can unmute yourself to ask a question or make a comment.
Yes, Emmanuel, I am extremely impressed by your story, and I've followed you. I've watched you online under different platforms. But my question, are you currently being funded? Did anybody or did the government, did the Sierra Leonean government, were they inspired by you? Are they kind of helping fund your program so that you can in turn hire more young people like you into your fold and teach them the trade, and then you all build better? Is there any bigger picture out of this?
Yeah, I want to congratulate people living in the diaspora because they appreciate what I did and they are so amazed. You know, I have a lot of calls, a lot of messages from my Instagram account, Facebook, WhatsApp. But it's so heartrending and it's so sad, you know. And then people in my country, they don't appreciate. Even I didn't receive any call from the president or the minister or even our honorees. You know, none of them call me, none of them congratulate me. And I just get it from people living in the diaspora. Hey, Emmanuel, we are so proud, like our Sierra Leonean brothers and sisters out there. So we are so proud because you took our flag up there. So, and it's so heartrending, you know, it's so frustrating. And even they don't offer me a scholarship. You know, my parents fight hard to pay my college fee. And then I've been holding the college for 3 years now, not be paying my fee because of the challenge my parents were going through, and my dad was not working by them. So that was a very huge challenge for them. So like, just imagine people like me, you know, I don't have the support from my own country and no scholarship, you know, like it's somehow frustrating. And, you know, whenever I vision all this, sometimes I almost like feel like giving up because
no. Let me interrupt you. This show's unscripted. Don't even talk about giving up because you will not. All that is changed. We are doing something about it. We've set up a GoFundMe. Those of you who are on here, the GoFundMe link is on the chat box. Go there and make a donation and share that link. We are going to support this young man, not just him. The money is not going for him to go buy tennis shoes or clothes. He's going to do a workshop. Africaonline is going to work with him and Salifu here, who is an engineer, and they'll set up a workshop for innovative African youth. You know, and we're hopefully going to get a lot of youth to use up a lot of those trash, recycle a lot of those trash to make a lot of those vehicles. There's something that I think is kekes out of India. We need to replace those keke with the solar cars that Emmanuel is making. So Emmanuel, I didn't even want you to go there about giving up because it's not going to happen. Things have changed. You cannot come to this show and live the same. Things have already changed. So I just didn't want you to talk about giving up. That's why I interrupted you, okay?
Yeah. So, and there is an institution here called the Brookers College. You know, they had a branch here in Sierra Leone. So, like the people in India, they appreciate what I did. So they connected and then Brookers College here, and then they invited me. So I motivate their students. You know, like they already have students who almost want to give up. They don't know their potential. They don't know the opportunity they are lacking. So they invited me, and then I share my story, and then encourage them, motivate them, inspire them. So like it took some weeks, and some of them, you know, call me, or some of them, you know, we meet along. Say, Emmanuel, since when I heard your story, you know, I'm a changed person now, because by then I didn't know my potential. I didn't know where I belong, but your story inspired me, so I really feel good. So this is the support I receive from people, from international people, you know. So with this, you know, like inspire youth across Africa and youth across the globe. So I really feel good. So these are the things that keep me going, because I knew that there are other people that appreciate what I did. So yeah.
You know what, Dr. B's hands are up. Emmanuel, a prophet is never honored in their own town. So your greatest support will not come from Sierra Leone. Don't worry about them. After they see this show, your government, your president is going to call you. Dr. B.
Pam, I was just, I wanted to just say something to my brother out there. And also, since it's unscripted, this idea just came to me, and I've been thinking about it for other reasons too. Do we have, I know we have something called 6 degrees of separation. If we look 6 angles, we're going to find somebody that we know that can, we don't just want to give him money, we want to give him an opportunity to work with already established institutions. Do we have people in places like Carnegie Mellon and MIT and so on that can connect with this guy and help him to build this thing?
Yeah, we do with our sister organization, Africa's Brain Bank. They do have a STEM program, and they have boots on the ground. So we'll be doing that, but we want to do it through Africans. We're not going to go to any non-African or person of African descent to help our brother. Like you see, he used trash from Africa to make this car. Our solutions have to come from our own people, not from the oppressors. So yes, we do. But we're not trying to give him the money that we are raising is not going to Emmanuel's pocket. It's going to a project, a workshop. You know, we're not trying to give him fish. We're trying to teach him how to fish. So that answers your question. Please, if you want to say something, raise your hand or unmute yourself and weigh in, make a comment or a remark to Emmanuel. Let's encourage him. I am co-anchoring today with Niasom because Ambassador Lisa, you know, had something, you know, she couldn't be here today. I wish she was. So please, you know, this show's unscripted. If you have a question or a comment, you know, raise your hand or unmute yourself or put in the chat box, and our brother will answer the question. Yeah, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, Emmanuel, we are happy about what you are doing, what you have done, And as Reverend Pam said, please don't even think of giving it up. All we want is for you to bring more young people towards you so that together you can work together to make better or more of those cars. If the government is not contacting you, don't worry, just keep doing what you do. One day somebody will wake up and say, oh, but that young man is doing something good. So far, are you continuing to work on the project, or that was the end of it, making that particular one, the one car that you made?
Yeah, that's not the end. As soon as I exhibit the car, what came to my mind is to make something, more than the car I made. So I was thinking to make a car that we run on endless energy. Like I don't want to be using solar again, or not using other source, because there is a challenge, and during the nights, and the effectiveness of the solar, it gets decreased because of there is no sun. So this kind of challenge. So I've been doing research, and then having my findings to build a car that will we compete with the Tesla and other brand as well. So this is not the end. After I made a car, I also make a prosthetic limbs, using local materials for person living with disability, for the amputee. And then I donated one. Yeah, I donated one prosthetic limbs to an 11-year-old and child. Her name is Alice. And then Alice is living an independent life, going to school, playing ball, and also help a mom to walk. So this is the work I've been doing. I like solving pressing problem for people, and also like the community where I find myself. There are a lot of problems. So that is why I'm working very hard to bring possible solutions to my community.
Nia, so I need to say something.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Since you mentioned Tesla, did you know that the owner of Tesla is an African? So I want to use this opportunity to plead to Elon Musk. Those of you who know him, share this video until he gets it. Elon Musk, you have an engineer here that's going to make you something better than the Tesla. So we want you to encourage this young man, mentor him, take him under your wings, because you are an African. We are looking for Africans to solve Africa's problem. So I want to send that message out to our brother, Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of Tesla Vehicles. He's from South Africa, so he's an African. Yeah, sir.
That being said, Emmanuel, the other thing I was thinking about is, you say you want to diversify to other sources of energy, but have you thought of making it possible to store the solar energy so that in the night you can still use the solar drive? Yeah,
I have a reservoir, like 2 batteries. We are the energy store, and then during the night it work perfect. But I'm just thinking about the future, and I want something that we compete with the solar, like in the previous year, like in the early 2000s, we are just using fossil fuel. There are no other source. But like I want to bring something new, I want to bring something new that, and Africa we're proud of, and this solution is made from Sierra Leone, from middle of Africa. So like just something coming up my imagination. So I just want to put it to reality. Okay.
Have your university lecturers given you any support, moral or otherwise?
No. They don't give me support. They only use my video to motivate other students. I have friends from other departments, from the engineering, from the engineering school. They said, Emmanuel, they are using your video to motivate us. And share your journey.
What a shame.
Yeah, so we don't know if you're aware. I say no, I don't aware. So
so basically they are using you to motivate their students to benefit them, but they don't want to benefit you. Our brother George Kalisa's hand is up. Brother George, you are welcome. Please lower your hands and unmute yourself and make a comment or ask a question.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, everyone, for this wonderful occasion. I'm just happy to be speaking from South Africa, and
Awesome.
I've been following Emmanuel, and I had recently a conversation with him for a long time. I'm also an entrepreneur and also one of the people who are advocating this big agenda of also, as you said, we need to find a solution from our own, from here. I think it has been too long for us as in Africa to wait always to receive.
Yes.
And story of Emmanuel and many more. I think when I was discussing with Emmanuel, I said, Emmanuel, you make me every single day and night believe on what I'm doing.
Awesome.
And what I'm doing to encourage Emmanuel to say, it's time. And all these challenges that we face, that our government, our community does not appreciate such kind of energy, positiveness of young men coming out, go to the trash, build. Even I think Emmanuel would tell you, I listed the number of several people from Africa. But one thing that, Madam Director, Director of Program that you mentioned, we need to stop this idea of letting people like Emmanuel cross the border.
Yes.
We want things happen here, because it's too long that we have been facing this of a style of universities or anyone coming and will take Emmanuel and wonder why. So I want to end here by saying, let's put together the energy in support of investment, in support of investment is very important, but there is one big important thing here that I would encourage everyone. I have seen there is a number of great and very passionate people from different walks of life, that we need to protect a person like Emmanuel and many more that we know, to protect their intellectual property, to protect their rights, because it's unbelievable that very soon you're going to realize the technology that Emmanuel started does not benefit. And I will give you the last point, that a technology were made in Kenya like 13, 14 years ago, which called M-Pesa by Kenyan men. Today doesn't earn anything from M-Pesa. It was bought out by opportunists who came. They will come and tell you, Emmanuel, this is much we're going to give you. And they will take technology and you continue to work under nothing. So if we want to help Emmanuel in many more, we need to look at several aspects. As I have spoken to Emmanuel and have shared his story, you can see this time we can be desperate of any support, but we need to gather support on protecting the technology to make sure no one comes and steal and use, as you hear, the universities using the content to steal such kind of genius gift that we are given. So thank you very much, Emmanuel. Keep it up.
Thank you. Yes, we do. We're in touch with an attorney out of LA, and Brother Josh, I would like, since you've been talking with Emmanuel, I would like you to be part of that workshop, because there are so many Emmanuels out there. We're not going to just try to empower Emmanuel. We are going to set up a workshop that Emmanuel, yourself, Salifu will all run, not just for Sierra Leoneans, but any African young person that wants to be part of it. And Emmanuel, you've heard what Brother Josh said. Don't let any person with a light skin and straight hair or curly hair come and ask you to show them what you're doing, you know, and they may boost your moral or try to show you, give you publicity. Don't show them. I'm telling you this because we have Chinese people frying puff puff now. It took an African woman to show them how to make puff puff, and now they've taken over that business. So what Brother Josh is saying is so true. You know, we do have a trademark attorney that we're going to be, we have not talked to him about you yet, but what the brother is saying is so true. And I'm sure Salifu is going to protect you. I'm glad he's there with you. But we don't want you crossing any river or walking through any bushes. Our sister organization, the vision is to end Africa's brain drain. We are going to empower you on the continent. So don't worry about government, not forget about government. They will come on board. Don't worry, they will come on board. You know, so I just wanted to thank you, Brother George, for your contribution. I see Dr. Ogoji, I know you are on. I know you have something to say to our brother. Dr. Kingsley Ogoji is our Chief Medical Advisor. Dr. Ogoji, do you want to say something? You have a question or comment to our young brother here?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
Sister
can
Rudy
hear
needs to
you.
go after Dr. Ogoji. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has done great. Great inventors start like this. What we lack in the continent is the support, infrastructure support, because now he did this on his backyard. That means if he has a place with 24-hour power, raw material, and equipment, he will do wonders.
Yes.
So it's just that we focus more on what we call recurrent expenditure rather than infrastructure development. I just hope that one day we're going to have a leader that has vision enough to direct to have the next industrial revolution in Africa, where we have to industrialize everything we do.
Exactly.
We cannot continue to do things by hand. That way we cannot do what we call mass production, whatever we're doing. And in every line of production or development or invention, the key is mass producing. And you can only mass produce if you become industrialized with technology and things like that. Unfortunately, the continent, most of the leaders in the continent are trying to control everything. They should give us power, give us roads, give us security, and leave the businessmen to do their stuff. Leave the engineers. We can do things without government. Africa should not be run like a communist country where the government decides everything for everybody. They should just make the rules and let people go out and do what they want, what they can do, and the sky will be our limit. So keep it up. Just be careful and not to say your technology. If you must do that, you have to pay a price, because they might give you $10,000 instead of what you've done, and that's it. Somebody will not produce a big mass, a lot of cars on the street with your technology, and you're there still struggling to feed yourself.
But he's not going to sell that technology. If anybody wants to invest or go into business with him, we need to make sure he's protected where he's taking care for life and for generations to come. Like I said, I already sent a plea out to our brother Elon Musk, who's an African, you know, to support this young man. Dr. B, I'm coming to you, but just so you guys know, Emmanuel did not say much about his story last week, and even when I was speaking with him, you know, off the air, Emmanuel was saving his lunch money for years to get some of the equipment that he needed. You know, so that lunch money will be refunded to him by somebody who is going to remain nameless. But he's been asked to calculate all the lunch money that he used up for 3 years so that that money can be refunded to him. And that money is not supposed to go into any equipment. And I'm glad he's using trash. We know there are a lot of computer trash that's been dumped in Africa. There's so much trash. So we're going to turn all those trash to treasure. Dr. B, your hand is up.
Reverend Pam.
Yes. Go ahead.
I just want to encourage my brother Emmanuel and all the innovators in Africa. As you rightly said, one thing we should have learned from history is that our brothers on this side of the pond don't really care about us. They care about what we can do for them. I want to encourage you, because you see, for all of us, when you're going through a difficult time, when somebody brings you a nice little amount of money, it looks exciting. But always remind yourself that if this person is willing to pay me this for this one, know that there is 100 or even 1,000 times more they're going to make behind this from me.
Exactly.
So don't give up anything that you have to anybody. I don't care who it is, what kind of pressure they put on you. Don't give it up, because I can guarantee you that, like our brothers and sisters have said on the show, you're going to get very little for your hard work, and other people who have not done the work are going to benefit because they came and gave you a little bit of money when you were in need, or, you know, if you have not seen maybe a couple of $1,000, a couple of million, $100,000 before, they can give that to you because it's worth it for them. By the time they sell one car, they would have recouped that money. By the time they sell millions, and the only way we are going to get out of poverty is to start protecting what is ours and refusing to compromise it for anything, but for our own growth.
Awesome. Sister Ruth, we need to hear from you. Again, please, everybody's muted. If you want to speak, either raise your hand or unmute yourself or post it in the chat box. Sister Ruth.
I'm just trying to absorb everything. There's so much richness in this conversation today, and just realizing how God has created us to be so creative, and taking the time to make sure that we protect what God has given us and not just give it away. And everything has been spoken so well. There's not a lot that I can add to the conversation. Just keep going and trust God in the process of it all, and listen to what he would have you to do with what he's given you, because all things come of thee, O Lord.
Amen. Thank you, Sister Ruth. Brother Ronald.
Yes, Emmanuel, I would like to know, have you developed a business plan and talked to any attorneys about what you need to do to go forward to mass produce your car?
Emmanuel, did you get the question?
Yeah, he's trying to ask if I had a business plan. Yeah, I started it, but I wasn't able to finish because, and then I was not doing it properly because I was doing it by myself. So then I realized that it's not going in the right way, so I stopped.
Well, Salifu, Salifu's hands are up. I was gonna say I would task you, Salifu, with working with Emmanuel anyway. You're gonna be working with him anyway on that workshop. Salifu, go ahead. You were gonna say something.
I believe for me, the business plan won't be necessary, because the business plan could be a document, because as time goes on, more improvement can be made. I believe the thing that is of great essence here is the lean canvas. I think that is what we're going to be designing, because the lean canvas, it tells us what the customer needs, you know, but for the business plan, we just make few assumptions. You see, for me, we'll be designing a lean canvas. I think that's the best thing instead of designing something like a business plan.
Okay. Well, Emmanuel, you have a big brother there that's going to work with you to run that workshop. And our brother from South Africa is going to be helping you too. We have less than 3 minutes at the top of the hour. I think, Coach Carl, I don't know if you want to say anything. You are muted. And Sovereign Integra, Sister Ruth, do you know who Sovereign Integra is?
That's my friend. She just
okay, she's listening. That's fine. Coach Carla, you were on early. Do you want to say something before we go to the top of the hour and play the anthem? Okay, my sister-in-law is also on the show. Lillian, do you have any other comments?
I'm sorry, were you asking me a question?
No, yeah, Coach Carla, I was wondering if you wanted to say anything to our brother Emmanuel.
I just wanted to say that hi, my name is Vita Lene, and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in USA. Hi, how are you?
Oh, wonderful.
Emmanuel, I wanted to say that you are truly a genius, because when I look at trash, all I want to do is throw it out. For you to have the ingenuity and the creativity and the wherewithal and the know-how and the ability to take something that most people will look at and just say, well, looks like this can go in the trash. And you're like, ha, I think I can do something with this. That's very impressive. And you know, that's a sign of a genius, you know. Someone who can take ordinary things and turn them into extraordinary inventions, as you have done. So thank you so much for your contribution, and I do wish you well.
Awesome. Coach Carla, when we come back after the top of the hour, you will have the mic. Are you guys seeing anything on my screen? I'm about to play the anthem.
No, it's not the anthem. It's somebody drawing something on the chat.
I know, it's a commercial. I just wanted to make sure, you know.
Okay.
Anyone can make one of these videos in a few minutes.
All right.
Oh, is the anthem playing?
Oh, Africa. Oh, no. Africans, Africans for Africa. 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 Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us a wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people, with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind Africaonline Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does, to identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Africaonline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone. If we believe prosperity for Africans, if we believe medical facilitation for Africans, if we believe stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. Africaonline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization, the motherland. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, but because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Jump on the Africaonline miracle jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Together we shall succeed. Together we will win. Stand up, Africans. Let's save Africa. We are writing our own story. The truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies. Africans own Africa.
No more lies. Africans own Africa. You know, Emmanuel was turned down for engineering at his university. That's how he ended up in geology, believe it or not. So he's a self-taught engineer. This just lined up what Dr. B was saying earlier. This is a guy who is an engineer to the core. So what he's doing, he didn't learn it from school because he's studying geology. But anyway, all that is going to change, you know. And Emmanuel, the director of our high school program, Dr. Aminata Sese, is from Sierra Leone. She lives in London. She's not on this show because she's bereaved, but she'll be traveling to Sierra Leone next week, and she's going to meet with you. She's going to be in Sierra Leone for a few months. She's aware of your work and what we are trying to do to help you. She's going to meet with you in Sierra Leone. And I'm sure we are going to make sure that that workshop is set up. You know, I don't want to give any deadline on this show, but things are going to change. I want you to know that your life is about to change for good. And nobody's going to take you across the Atlantic. Nobody. Unless somebody's inviting you to appear on a show, they pay your flight, put you in a 5-star hotel, you know, first class. Don't travel economy. Anybody is bringing you to their show, they need to pay you first class because you are a germ, you know. And when I say germ, I mean GEM, not GERM, just to make sure, you know, that there's no miscommunication about that, you know. So anyway, we're at the top of the hour. Usually Ambassador Lisa will talk about our borehole 55. You know, somebody may think we love Sierra Leone on this show. We do, but for the record, I'm not from Sierra Leone. I'm originally from Cameroon. The first borehole has been sunk in Sierra Leone. And for those of you, before you start criticizing, we asked people to send videos of healthcare facilities in rural areas in their countries that don't have water. We got videos from Sierra Leone. We got 2 videos from Sierra Leone. We got videos from 2 videos from Kenya. We got videos from Somaliland. So after Sierra Leone, we're going to Kenya. If you want us to put a solar, we don't do mechanical boreholes. We do solar powered boreholes because we want a 90-year-old person to be able to open the tap and get water and not have to press anything to get water. If you have a healthcare facility in your village, not your compound, in your village, that does not have water, send us a video, info@africaonlinetv.org. That's our primary fundraiser. This solar project has been on our list on Africa Online, but because of Emmanuel's story, we are actually going to set up a workshop. We have an African High School Association for high school students. We have not launched it yet. It's going to be launched in March. And this workshop is going to also work with the high schools to train more people. And I'm so happy that Emmanuel has Salifu as a big brother and as a mentor, and Salifu is an engineer. So the next time we have Emmanuel on this show, it'll be a different story. Next week, before I'm going to announce the topic, then I'll hand over to Nia Song to announce it in French. But if you would like to make a donation to the Operation Borehole 55, go to africaonlinetv.org and make your donation. There are several payment handles there. If you would like to donate to Emmanuel, I was hoping our CFO would be on this show. Go to africaonlinetv.org. In your donation, in the memo, please put there that is for the solar vehicle or the innovative program. And our accountant will make sure to put the funds in the right account. Operation Borehole 55 has a separate account. But we have Zelle, we have Cash App, we have GoFundMe, we have Waremit, We have, credit card payment online. Again, there is a GoFundMe link that was posted. Clarissa, please post it again. You can also, we have the GoFundMe on our website. Go there, you will see a GoFundMe for Emmanuel. And the important thing is that Emmanuel and Salifu, they will see, there's total transparency. They will see exactly how much money is coming in. There will be no adulteration, no embezzlement, no misappropriation, because the funds is not going to anybody's pocket. The workshop will be properly managed. There will be accountants, and it will go to train young people like Emmanuel. That's what is gonna happen. Again, we're not giving him fish, we are teaching him how to fish. So next week, this Black History Month. Happy Black History, by the way. I am rocking my royal outfit from Bali, Cameroon. So the entire month, we're gonna be celebrating Black History Month. Happy Black History to all Black people and all people of African descent. Next week, we're gonna be talking about the contributions of Africans and people of African descent to the development of Africa and the diaspora. So Nia, so I will encourage everybody to zoom in. We are here. We've been doing this show for 6 years. We are not going anywhere. We've had several TV stations that have contacted us. We can give them the content, but we're not trying to get on television. This is our time. We can extend this show. Nobody's going to stop us. So I want to encourage everybody to zoom in, share this program so that more people can be inspired and encouraged by Emmanuel's story. There are so many Emmanuels on the continent. The other day, Dr. B sent me another young man who is converting trash to treasure. So Emmanuel is not the only one on the continent. So we want to, if you are innovative, you're an innovative young man, send us a video of what you're doing. Don't send us an audio, please. We want to see who we're talking to. Send us a video to info@africaonlinetv.org, and we will bring you on this show. Our motto on this show is awareness, solutions, and progress. We raise awareness about issues that affect Africa and Africans, seek solutions to those issues, and make progress. We heard about Emmanuel's story not too long ago, less than a month ago, and here we are. So we act, we do stuff. It was just last week that Dr. B said we should do a GoFundMe an account, and that's already set up, so we don't waste time. So Nia Song, I'll hand over to you to make the announcements into our French brothers and sisters, and then we're gonna give opportunities to the other people on the show to speak. I wanna acknowledge my brother, Nijo, and would like to hear from him also about this Emmanuel. Nia Song.
Yes, before I do that, breaking news, Senegal just won the African Nations Cup, 4 goals to 2 after penalty shootout. So they were able to score 4 of the penalties.
Senegal, wow.
Senegal, for the first time, has won the African Cup of Nations.
Wow.
So bringing down 6-time winner Egypt. That said, Madame disait que, nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue à notre émission. Il y a notre projet d'adduction d'eau, pour les 55 pays d'Afrique. Donc, nous vous demandons, nous vous prions plutôt de mettre quelque chose de côté pour qu'on puisse continuer à creuser des puits d'eau, de l'eau potable pour les divers pays africains. Le premier vient d'être complété au Sierra Leone et ça sera mis en marche bientôt. Et puis, pour la semaine prochaine, notre sujet sera la contribution des Africains et les African Americans, les Noirs américains et les African Americans. Et puis, nous allons, pour la semaine prochaine, discuter leur contribution pour le développement des États-Unis et de l'Afrique. So please join us next week. As you heard, the topic will be yours. And of course, we are moving forward. And I think we go back to Emmanuel. So far, Emmanuel, you have been with us for like 30 minutes now, or 45 minutes since we started. And you've told us a little about yourself, something about yourself. What is your ambition now? What do you want to do apart from doing that other thing you've mentioned? What else do you have in store for us?
Yeah, I want to move forward and I want to move bigger. You know, like I don't want to be using trash again. So I just want to be using the right material, because like trash, I have to bring them home, wash them, you know, modify them to to what I want. So it took a long process, to develop something from trash. So I want to using white material, raw material, so I could do better and bring change to my community. And I want to see myself up there, and I want people to be using my products, and this is made in Sierra Leone, or this is made by Emmanuel. So this is my dream and this is my vision.
Well, so real quick, let me wait. Emmanuel, I understand the long process with the trash, but it could be a blessing also because Africa has a trash problem. What if that workshop could have a section just for cleaning the trash? So it will solve the environmental problem, the health problems you were talking about, and also give you free raw materials for the vehicles so that you're not trying to get the materials from China.
Yeah, sure. And then if there is a sector, and we can work on that, and
it will also provide employment for a lot of, there are a lot of university graduates without employment. See, Salifu is giving 2 terms. Also, we'll look at all that. Everything we need is in Africa. Let's forget about Chinese people. Before I go back to you, I had mentioned that we'll give the mic to Nijo. Nijo, you're welcome to the show. You've been missing for 10 years, but welcome back. You can unmute yourself. I'm sure we are talking about this young man that manufactured a solar vehicle completely from trash. Nijo, are you able to speak?
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it's always a pleasure to participate in Africaonline. At least I'm one of the early participants and very active. But things develop and attention shifts elsewhere. But that doesn't mean that one has abandoned it.
No problem.
I think it's a wonderful development to have this young man who has thought out the using clean environment from decay and pestilence to make something good, solar power, solar energy out of it. It's something commendable. All I can say is kudos, more grace to his elbows, and many more people should be able to come in to support this young man. In the donation page that you gave, that has been posted, and there are young people like this across Africa that should be encouraged. Because, as you rightly say, China, not everything should come from China. I know that China has been the manufacturing hub of the world, the biggest manufacturing base of the world economy for a few decades now, 2-3 decades now. But that doesn't mean that Africa cannot move on. With young men like this, we should encourage them to be innovative. And the idea you gave about, maybe getting some process or some machine to wash the trash before the trash is converted to energy. I think that's a very brilliant idea that you gave proposal. It's something that we should encourage, and more people should think about ideas like you brought, like you just suggested, Reverend Pam, to come up with to add to the basket of ideas, so that projects of this nature can be replicated, duplicated, and across the continent, and related projects. As we say, everybody knows that Africa, all the world economists agree that Africa is the next frontier for wealth building.
Yes.
To build wealth. That's the next frontier. It's not by any accident that people are rushing. Europeans, Turkish, Chinese, even Americans are beginning to look at Africa now. It's like a second rush to Africa, and yet unfortunately African youths are trying to leave the continent. But so I commend guys like this Emmanuel, this young man like Emmanuel, who are staying put, and they're determined to make Africa home and a place to live and thrive, not just survive.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Nijo. Please, the microphones are open just indicate that you want to speak and we'll call on you, or you just go ahead and say what you have to say. That being said, well, Emmanuel, you are focused today. We understand you have big ambitions. So as we said, we're going to give you the full support that we can give. Dr. B, I see you're itching. It looks like you have something to say. So unmute yourself and speak.
Dr. B always has something great to say.
I know.
No, I wasn't trying to say something. I was actually reading the chat. I wanted to get the GoFundMe website.
Oh, okay. It's actually on our, if you go to Africaonline website, africaonlinetv.org, you will see a link to our GoFundMe webpage. But you can also make donations through the Zelle or whatever. Just put in the memo, Emmanuel or Solar Car, or something different from Operation Borehole 55. Because Operation Borehole 55 has a separate account. Again, I was hoping our accountant will be here, but she's not, but no problem. Clarissa, you've been helping in the background. Do you want to say anything? You're a young person, you just turned 17. Do you have any questions or comments to Emmanuel? If you don't mind, how old are you?
I'm 25 now.
Okay, good. All right, no problem. You're still a young adult. So just so you know, I know we have talked. This workshop is supposed to help the young people too. So while you are being helped and learning, you also mentor the other young people, and I'm so happy that you have Salifu, with you there. All right, the floor is open. We have 10 minutes before Nia.
Before one on the break, you promised somebody that she will speak.
I know. I didn't see her, Coach Kala. I don't see her anymore.
Oh, okay, Coach Kala. Okay, yeah. I don't see her either.
I don't see her.
Yeah, I know you promised her, but if we don't see her, maybe she lost the link. All the same, please, let's move the conversation. Dr. Ogoji.
He's muted.
Yeah, I know. I know that when I call him, he will unmute. Yes, Dr. Ogoji, something more from you. We want to hear more from you about encouraging young people on the continent to be as creative as Emmanuel is.
Well, I would say he is a star and a rising star. The sky will be his limit. Most young people now want to get rich overnight. Of course, he is working hard to get to get rich the right way. I tell young people, making money is not chasing money. You try and solve a human problem.
Exactly.
Find a problem, fix it. If your purpose is to solve a problem, once you solve the problem, money will come.
There you go. Touchdown.
But if you want money, instead of solving a problem, you're gonna kill your mom and dad for rituals, and the money will not come.
That's true.
Oh, Dr. Ogoji, you're something else. I'm sorry. You see these things in Nigerian movies as I'm laughing. So, Emmanuel, are you up to the task? Salifu, let's hear from you. You've been quiet.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, Salifu, can you unmute yourself? Niaso is going to start taking the round in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I was just laughing at Dr. Hodges' joke. We want to be very appreciative to such a thing like this. I believe if all of us have mentalities like these, I believe our continent can rise again. Because imagine these guys are coming in to take our minerals and everything to create their various equipment, and they are bringing them again to us, and they are selling them again to us. They are buying it at a cheaper price, and in the end, they are actually bringing it to sell it to us at a much more expensive price. And I believe we have to change the narrative, just like Emmanuel has done. We use the trash to convert the trash into a finished product. I believe if all of these trashes are converted into finished product, no need for us to be importing things from China or other parts of the world. You see, we can just be making use of that which is available. And I believe we can rise to the top. We have the resources. The only thing we need here is, I think, is the support, because all that is required, we have it here. We just need that support and that guidance. And I believe the mentorship, the apprenticeship, and the coaching I believe with all of these, African younger brothers can actually survive and they can actually achieve their dreams, just like Emmanuel.
Awesome. So Nia Song, I think you need to take the round. We have just 6 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And I'll go first to Brother Ronald. I told you today, this morning, as we started the program, that today has been Ronald Reagan's birthday. You are Ronald, but it's not your birthday today. So what is your last word as we talk about young people and innovation and creating things for the continent and for the world?
Okay, my last words is for Emmanuel Mansaray. Emmanuel, you are a creative genius, but also be wise and discerning. Make sure you cross all your T's and dot all your I's when you start to enter contracts for your business so that you can be successful and reap the rewards of it.
Thank you so much, Sister Ruth. I know you just raised your head and maybe you knew that I was going to call on you. So Sister Ruth, now your last word on the program today.
Thank you so much. My last word on the program today is trust God in all that you do, and he shall bring it to pass.
Awesome.
Thank you. Lillian, are you still with us? If you are, please unmute and give us your last word.
Yes, I am still here, Nia Song. My last word would just be for us to always find a way to encourage the younger generation to do their part. And we are the sandwich generation, and we are being torn apart by looking after our children and looking after our aging parents. And that has not left us with much room to improve our different communities. But that's not an excuse. We can always find a way to lift up a brother and lift up the next generation so that they in turn, without being burdened with our own burdens of looking after us, because we are self-sufficient almost. So we did that. We have laid down the bed so our younger generations can use us as a springboard to move forward and save Africa. Solutions for Africa will never come from outside. It is within Africa, and it will come from Africa. There are many, many Emmanuels out there in Africa just waiting for that opportunity. And this idea of a workshop, which will be run by Africaonline in collaboration with their other platforms like Africa Brain Bank, will be a really, really welcome. And if we can harness all this energy, because everybody is trying to do a little bit in their own part, if we can just harness all this energy, come up to one thing and be able to give that opportunity to the young Africans, I think there is hope for Africa.
Thank you so much, Lillian. And thank you so much for that poetic way you put it. And I'm going to go to Dr. Ogoji, then we'll go on to Dr. Bitazon. Dr. Ogoji, you first. Your last word. Yes, Dr. Ogoji, your last word.
He's speaking.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Emmanuel, I would say well done. What you can do for me is try and get some people around you to work with you and get them interested in this type of stuff.
Yes.
Because eventually the sky will be a limit. Just keep working hard. One day you will smile.
Awesome.
Thank you, Dr. Ogoji, for always being there, even though the babies are crying behind you, but we don't hear them though. We know that you are there always, all the time. Dr. Bitazon, it is your turn now to give us your last word.
Congratulations, brother Emmanuel. Keep up the good work. I just need to encourage you in some things that have nothing to do with engineering, but have everything to do with your success. When God promotes you, you have to work on your character. I don't know much about you as a person. I know you're doing some amazing things, but work on becoming an excellent person, because all the hard work you put in can be ruined by character flaws. So as you're growing, grow in your personality, in your commitment, your diligence, your faithfulness, because those things are the things that will sustain you when you are taken afloat. The other thing too is that remember that one light is never enough to shine for everything. So we need many lights. When you see lights, even flickers, grab them and let them shine even brighter. Because kings do not fight alone. Every king needs an alliance, And when you're rising, you're going to need alliances. So you're going to need people who are just doing as good as you are. So help them get on their feet and we will win together. Ubuntu. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bitazong. Our next person to speak is Nijo. Nijo, please. I know you came in late, but all the same, you've been listening to what has gone on. What is your last word on today's program?
Well, my last word is that I have a lot of hope and optimism. The guy's name, Emmanuel, means God with us, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so that alone, it shows the guy is well placed and is poised to be a leader in this particular venture. This venture, which stands to have a wide-ranging, far-flung multiplier effect, because it will encourage other factors and other sub industries and supply chain, the supply chain for supplies and for other things that will be components for this venture. So we encourage him, and we encourage him to seek like-minded colleagues, friends of his, and so that they can get together and begin to put their heads together, and of course with the support and the donations that being launched by this. I'm optimistic that he will get the funding necessary to expand and go beyond where he is now.
Thank you very much. And I'll go all the way to the tip of the continent. Brother Josh Kalisha, I don't know if you are still with us. If you are, I know it's late in South Africa. Come in, please, and give us your last word.
Oh, thank you so much. Once again, it was really great platform to join, and I must be honest that I was invited by Emmanuel himself. So this was very good and connects with what the work that we do here in South Africa. And I want to tell you as to inspire not only Emmanuel to say our project and our work here in South Africa were just started for the same energy and agenda of building product in Africa. We build solar products that are made here in South Africa. And I can tell you, all these solar that we produce here in South Africa, the percentage of people who works in our factory are people who were trained. So there is no need of us to continue to think we need to be first to go to Harvard or wherever to acquire the knowledge. We need to assist these young people. We need to assist the agenda and projects that are going to really change the continent and really address our challenges that are really becoming an issue. And without forgetting, the challenge is not only in energy. We need to have all this challenge going with the sustainability, the climate change to address on each and everything, because the more our continent is continuing to live without our own means of solving these challenges, we continue to lag behind. So I want to say, Emmanuel, once again, continue to do what you do. As we have heard, everybody is willing to support. We thank you, and I thank everyone, because the energy that I heard today is really encouraging me, and maybe sooner or later I will share the story of ours from this side of South Africa. Yes. And I can see time for Africa now to do, not to always have a story and get inspiration from far. And we continue to say that is it. We can continue to be a continent of begging. We have hands and we have genius and we have people willing to get our hand dirty. Let's make things work. Thank you very much, everyone, for this wonderful occasion and wonderful platform. I really thank you all.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to go to Brother Salifo, because he is right there in Sierra Leone. I know you're a good mentor for Emmanuel. So your last word as we move on.
And just for the record, before he speaks, while he's unmuting himself, Salifo linked me with Emmanuel. So Salifo, thank you. Things are about to change, not just for you and Emmanuel, but for a whole bunch of young African people. Brother Salif, are you there? Can you give us your last word? We are rounding up the show.
Yeah, like I said initially, I still want to appreciate us all for our relentless effort and support, because indeed one must develop a large heart towards seeing people succeeding. And for me, I think my motto has always been to train great leaders to be like me or more like me. That is why I like coaching and mentoring younger folks that are coming up. And I believe the workshop can serve its purpose by training young ones to be like Emmanuel. And that can also help, to improve us, because we can go in for the triple bottom line, which is the people, the planet, and the profit. I believe those things are very essential towards the success of that workshop. I think this is my last word.
Thank you so much, Reverend Pam. Before I go to Emmanuel, did I leave out somebody?
I know the other person just wanted to, I don't know if she just wanted to listen. She already spoke, so that's fine.
All right.
Are you talking about me?
Yes. Oh, yes. Go ahead if you want to talk.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't know you were.
Yeah, I feel comfortable now. I'm a little shy till I get to know y'all. That's
okay,
all.
Good. All right, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much. Yes, go ahead.
Emmanuel, I wanted to share this with you. Leontine Price is an African-American who was one of the greatest opera singers of all time. And I mean, just to give you a context, she stood before the Metropolitan Opera and was given a 1 hour and 45-minute standing ovation after she sang one of her songs.
Wow.
And I used to listen to a lot of what she says. I use a lot of mentors. A lot of my mentors are people like Leontine Price and people who have reached the pinnacle of their success. And this is what I would like to share with you, Emmanuel. One of the things that she said was that your private life and your public life must be one and the same. And what she means by that, or how I interpreted her, what I thought she meant by that is that whatever you do in private, whatever it is, make sure that if 1,000 people were watching you do it, you would be okay with it.
Awesome.
Because eventually, anything that anyone does in private will eventually come to the surface. I remember my grandmother used to say, if it doesn't come out in the wash, it comes out in the rinse. And the other thing that's really interesting as well is a lot of times, Emmanuel, when you have the sort of genius that you have, there are people in our world who are evil.
Yes.
And what they may do is they may approach you and say, I can give you this great contract. I can give you millions of dollars. And they offer you all of these wonderful things, provided that you do these nefarious and evil acts. Or a lot of times they'll lure you into things and suggest and offer you all this wonderful stuff because they've got the ways and the means to do it. But one of the things that I've learned is I've even walked away from money. I've been poor before, because one of the things that I strongly believe is I'd rather go to sleep with a good conscience and broke, knowing that everything that I did with a good heart, and I felt good about what I was doing. And also I would not want to hurt anyone else. And I hope that if you remember nothing else is to remember that you are very talented. And there are going to be some people that may approach you in a way that will offer you all of this stuff, provided that you do this thing, which in your heart, you know is not right, but you do it anyway. You're like, well, I know I don't have any money. Nobody's ever going to find out. We're going to be cool. And besides, I'm helping my country. It's like we really could use this help. So I will say again in closing, make sure that your private life and your public life are one and the same. Thank you, and God bless you, and best wishes to you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This is make sure she's on this show every Sunday. Oh my God. And you are just going to be quiet?
Thank you. So Emmanuel, we're coming to you. You have listened to everything. You have participated very actively. What is your last word as we close the show?
I just wanted to thank you all for this great opportunity, and this is what I was aiming for or wishing for, you know, for people like you to come into my head to help. And then I'm so grateful for you all. May God bless you all. May God guide and protect you and bless you financially, and grant you all your wishes. And also the idea of the workshop, that is a very good one. And like before, the place where I built the car was a temporary workshop because it's not mine. They are doing some furniture stuff there. So my father, you know, talked to them so that they could assist me. So like having a workshop where, and then me and Salifu would train young people, because there are a lot of Emmanuel out there, but you know, like they are going through a lot, you know, for them to have place, for them to build their stuff is a very challenging one for them. But the idea is the idea of the workshop, that is a very good one. And then I really appreciate everything. And then this has been a night of inspiration, you know, like you guys had more catalyst in me for me to move forward, for me to work hard, you know, for me to like keep moving, because what I have had for you all, you know, like, and there is a prospect, there is a bigger dream, there is a bigger future. So I really feel good, and I want to thank you all for all your motivation awards, for everything. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And finally, Reverend Pan.
Well,
Nijo has a finger up. Or were you going to say something, Nijo?
Unmute yourself, please, Ni. Please unmute yourself.
It's just one.
No, that's fine. It's our show. We are not on anybody's time. Speak, please.
Okay. The lady who spoke about Emmanuel being careful, doing things in private that can be done in an idea cropped up to my head that I just want to add just a little to what she said. Emmanuel, as you are already been exposed. You are known. Very soon your name will become a household word, not in Sierra Leone, but across Africa and beyond Africa, especially beyond Africa. Please do one thing. Your name is God be with us, But I want you to put prayers, prayers, very important, every morning and every night, and shout, have somebody trusted who can watch your back, because the world is funny. You'll be surprised that it's not everybody who comes smiling at you or with you and faking, you know, trying to make as if they're happy for you, because some people see you as a potential as superstar. You are rising. There's no doubt about it. And you're gonna rise. But please pray. God is your biggest defender, your biggest shield. The armor of Jesus will cover you, but you have to pray every morning before you step out, to be protected by the blood of Jesus. Because there will be jealous people who come and smile with you, but they are laughing at you instead, and they don't like the potential that you could become a multi-millionaire billionaire. I just want to put that caution, that watch out and watch your back. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, they are called genocides, but he's covered by the blood. They have to go through God to get to him. Yes, you know, I want to say this before in addition to whatever statement I'm going to make. In a few months, we're going to do a sequel to this show to show the updates. The workshop would have been set up. You know, like I say, is this thing about the workshop, this is not something that just came out of my head right now. This is something that our sister organization is already doing, but we're going to set this up with Africaonline. And when it comes to implementation, because of the boots on the ground, we'll have them implemented for free. You know, Emmanuel, my last word to you will be Proverbs 10:22. It's in your Bible there. It says, the blessings of the Lord, it maketh rich and doesn't add sorrow to it. God has blessed you. No sorrow will come near you or even this project. We are going to solve the trash problem. We're going to improve the environmental problem, and definitely, you know, train so many young people, so many young minds. We also have an e-learning platform that will be launched soon with our sister organization. So we want to keep our brains in Africa. We want to keep them at home because the grass is not greener on this other side. So once that is launched, those people at the workshop will make sure they have internet connectivity to also go online and take some more classes to improve themselves and prepare them for the global economy. Right now, we're in Industry 4.0, but who knows, by the time we wake up tomorrow, it may have changed. We need to prepare our youth. There are more youth in Africa, and in the next generation, I think 40% of the young people in the world will be from Africa. So we are not going to give the address to anybody where the workshop is, but there will be security there. Not because we're worried about anybody hurting you, but just we want a secured learning environment for our young people. Again, we are going to have a sequel to this show. And Brother Josh, we usually do a show on STEM. When we are doing that show, we usually do it on a month where there are 5 Sundays, because the last Sunday of every month we do a medical topic. We've done that for 6 years. So we will have you come back. Emmanuel will send me your contact. We'll have you come back on the show as one of our guests. Thank you so much. I want to thank all our listeners, all participants. Please, I want to urge and challenge everybody. Just so you know, those of you who know me, before I ask people to donate, I've already donated, and I'm not going to tell you how much I've donated, but so I want to encourage everybody to go make a donation. It doesn't matter how small it is. 100% of that donation is going to that workshop. Niaso.
Thank you, Reverend Pam. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you all for being here today. It is the first Sunday in the month of February. We're very grateful and looking forward to next Sunday, us being together, the contributions of Africans and African Americans to the development of the United States and the continent of Africa. It's been a pleasure. Please take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye for now. And celebrate with Senegal. Celebrate with Senegal, please, for winning the African nation.
Yeah, congratulations, Senegal.
Thanks.